Will the 4K Ultra HD format completely ultra fail this year? In today's physical media news topic video, we gotta talk about why 4K the format might actually fail compared to DVDs and Blu-rays this year, and then we'll also give it to the other side and play devil's advocate and talk about the many reasons why 4K could actually succeed this year and completely dominate the market share. And then of course we talk about the future and I give my own personal prediction on whether I think 4Ks will fail this year or succeed. So let's get into it. But first, you love collecting physical media just like me. You remember the good old days of Blockbuster and you want to help save the physical media out there. Go ahead and Blockbust that like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you're alerted when a new physical media topic video posts. Of course, leave in the comments below. Do you think 4Ks will succeed in the new year or will completely fail in the new year? And let's get into it. First, going over all the reasons why 4Ks actually might ultra fail this year. Why could this be the ending year for the 4K format all entirely? Well, let's just look at the facts here. Not everybody collects 4Ks. Actually, 4Ks make up a very small percentage of the market share. And this has been true for the longest time, ever since the 4K format was introduced. People don't even know 4K exists. The casuals out there just call everything a DVD, let alone maybe know what a Blu-ray is, but do you think they know what a 4K Ultra HD disc is? No, heck no, they don't know what a 4K is. Also, we talk about where can you get 4Ks, the retail spaces. Do you think they have abundance of 4Ks out there? No, you go into a Walmart and you barely find any 4Ks, even maybe one, two, three 4Ks, but then the rest are DVDs. 90% are DVDs, and maybe they have about 9% Blu-rays. That leaves about 1% the 4K format. So it's very tough to find what you even want in terms of the 4K format. And that's if you're actually looking. If you're just a casual shopping for some groceries out there, you walk by the movie aisle, do you think you're going to notice what 4K is? Heck no. And even if you do know what 4K is, a lot of people cannot tell the difference between 4K and Blu-ray. Now, I can tell the difference, but a lot of people can't. A lot of people don't have the proper equipment or TVs or players to really actually play the 4K properly. It may not be the right size or distance away from them, so they're not really getting the full on 4K experience. And they probably don't have an awesome Dolby Atmos setup at their home. At best, they maybe have a soundbar. If that, they might just be using the speakers on the TV. So why the heck do they need the 4K format? They just don't need it, and they just don't care at that point, unfortunately. So we just see not a high interest in the 4K format from the masses out there, from the casual audience. Now, don't get me wrong, we'll talk about the people that do care about 4K in a little bit, but just looking at the market share breakdowns over the many months and years that the 4K format has been out there, it just really hasn't been able to dominate over DVDs and even over Blu-rays. Once in a while, it'll spike a little bit over Blu-rays, but not all the time, not in all the years that 4K has been introduced. So is 4K really the staple for most people out there? Well, the answer is heck no, for all the reasons I went over. And not only that, it's getting tougher out there to manufacture these 4K discs at a cost-effective way. These 4Ks are becoming so darn expensive. You want to buy a 4K? Well, you might need to take out a second mortgage on your home. You look at these 4K steelbook prices recently for Deadpool and Wolverine steelbooks, the Willow steelbook, what the heck, Willow on 4K, $45. That price is darn insane out there. And you think most people can afford to pick that one up? I do not think so. And not only that, when they do pick it up, they complain about the 4K transfer half the time. So the 4K format is not super pleasing to everybody all the time. A lot of people are let down by the transfers. Even with the famous, oh, we got True Lies, the 4K finally, and The Abyss, right? These James Cameron titles. I like the 4Ks, but a lot of people had problems with transfers there. So you think this 4K format can actually last and thrive and dominate? Well, we got another thing coming if we think that's the case, but let's play devil's advocate and look at the reverse side here. All right, so now we got to be positive here. We got to talk about what are all the reasons that 4K could succeed out there. Well, for hardcore collectors out there, it seems like that is the desired format. Yes, you want the premium product, like the premium sports car out there. You're willing to pay the big bucks just to show it off. Then you need to be driving on that 4K, right? Some people do love that home theater enthusiasm setup, and they have all the equipment. They got the Dolby Atmos setups, they got the big OLED 4K 100-inch TV, they've measured the distance. And so those hardcore collectors, those home enthusiasts, do have the proper setups and they love the 4K format. They can see the difference. They're looking at the image quality. They love seeing all the little hair follicles. They're like, ooh, it's so sharp. I can see all the, the acne on the face and all the pixels on the screen. It's like, ooh, I love it so much. Ooh, the twister and the twisters. Whoa. Right? They just get so immersed into that 4K Ultra HD experience. So they absolutely love collecting it, and they're willing to pay the price for those 4K discs to be manufactured. That's why you see a lot of boutique labels going heavy into the 4Ks, and even a lot of studios are getting heavier into the 4K format, where even for like a big hit release like Transformers 1, you thought it was going to get a Blu-ray release. Well, no, it only got 4K and DVD. So even some studios are getting out on the Blu-ray game and are only doing the DVD or 4K option. Does that mean more people are getting to the 4Ks, right? Like I said, there are people willing to pay for the expensive 4K steelbooks or the really nice boutique label treatments where they can trust the 4K transfers. So even if they get let down with 4Ks occasionally, I know they'll pause and skip, and there's some headaches with it. When the 4K is firing on all cylinders and the 4K is working like it should, then it can be a truly transformative experience. I mean, come on, doing part two on the 4K disc, off beyond the 4K disc. I mean, these are great movie watching experiences in the 4K Ultra HD format. Now we say, hey, the market share breakdown. We've seen over the years, 4K is not dominating. DVD is spanking 4K all over the place. Well, that may be the case, but DVD's hand has gotten a little bit less strong in the past recent month or two. We've seen 4K go up a little bit and actually been pretty consistent from week to week in the last couple months. Now, maybe that's because of the holidays and the holiday deals making 4K so darn cheap. I mean, getting a 4K under 12 bucks is not a bad deal, but there's still a trend right there. There is a trend. We're seeing 4Ks around 20 to sometimes up to 30%. That could be dominating in the future if we keep the trend going ever so slightly. Now, maybe in the new year, we see it come crashing down, and then that's a bad sign for 4Ks. But if it can keep going, if it can keep strong and consistently rising over the next few months, then maybe we can say 4Ks will dominate and will succeed and will not fail. But let's now get into my blockbustering prediction, Mega Mike the Movie Man's thoughts on will 4K succeed or will they fail in the new year? Let's get into it. So now let's get into my own personal thoughts and prediction. And this is my own personal opinion over the research I've done and just what I've seen in the years of looking at these market share numbers in the physical media world. And you might have different information out there. And you, of course, are going to have a different opinion. So please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Even if you agree, disagree with me, it doesn't matter. Let's get that film conversation going. But now let's get into my thoughts. What does Mega Mike think here? Blockbustering into all of this. Well, I think 4Ks will actually succeed. Yes, I'm going to give the leaning edge to succeed here. Now, it could go any way. If it failed, would I be overly shocked too? Maybe not. And I think the main reason why it could fail is the prices just get too outrageous that even the people that are willing to buy a premium product, there just has to be that line where they say, oh man, $80 for a 4K steelbook. I just can't do it anymore. So there has to be a tipping point somewhere there. I just don't know if we're going to get to that. I don't know if premium collectors will buy it no matter what. Just it depends. We got to find where that line is. I mean, I thought the Deadpool and Wolverine line was not going to be and it got crossed, right? Same with the Willow line. So we'll just have to see at this point. But I think the price is the one thing that could really change this all. But if we can keep the prices around the same right now, maybe even lower them slightly, because people can still pick up on sales and deals and bundles. I always do these Amazon deal videos every week, so people can collect 4K at a pretty cheap rate if they do it at a certain time. then I think 4Ks can definitely thrive because you got people that are going to pick up the 4Ks day one, do the pre-orders, get the fancy giant box sets of all these, $200 purchase, whatever, right? They're cool with that. And then the people that are more bargain hunting, right, will get those deals and still have a good size 4K collection. So I think we can have a 4K world in that sense. So I think 4Ks will actually thrive. And I do really think Transformers 1 not getting that Blu-ray was a telltale sign that maybe these studios are like, hey, you know what? We'll have the DVD cheap option for the people shopping in Walmart. They just want something cheap to go along with their cabbage of there, right? And they're just randomly picking up something that's $5 DVD. They don't really think too much about it, right? They're going to have those DVDs. DVDs aren't going anywhere. We know that based off the market share information. But I do think maybe they say, hey, instead of having that middle child, that Blu-ray, even though I love the Blu-ray format, don't get me wrong, I love the Blu-ray format. I've done many videos talking about, I think Blu-ray is the best value when you compare price, what you get in terms of the video and sound quality. I mean, it really can be a great package there with the Blu-ray high definition. I think what the studios might be thinking are that, hey, let's eliminate the middle child. We'll have the super cheap DVD option, of course, at the lower end, and then we'll have the top tier 4K stuff. Yes, they're going to be a lot more pricey and expensive, but we know the hard K collectors will definitely go with the 4K, especially if there's no Blu-rays. Do you think a lot of the premium collectors are going to go back to DVD? No. Those ones that were collecting Blu-rays, I think they would jump up to 4K more likely than DVD. Now, maybe they get out of collecting all entirely. That is another scenario that could happen, but you guys will have to let me know if you guys are just Blu-ray collectors out there. If they limited Blu-rays completely, like Blu-rays are gone, would you switch over to 4Ks or DVDs if you had to pick between the two? And we got to hear that in the comments for sure. So that's why I'm giving the leaning edge though to 4Ks. I think there are people that are willing to pay those 4K prices at certain points, especially for some of their favorite titles. Now, maybe they don't pick up as much. You're not going to see these haul videos with hundreds of titles every month, right? You might just see somebody have 5 4Ks for the month or 10 4Ks, whatever it might be based on their budget, of course. But I do think 4Ks have a high chance of thriving, especially with the work the boutique labels are doing, and especially the studios realizing people will pay some of these high prices for some of these, coveted titles. I just think 4Ks are going to be sticking around. Now, are we going to get to a different format in the future in 8K? I don't think. I think 4Ks will be the last one, but I do think 4Ks will definitely thrive in the new year, especially with all these great announcements we've already gotten from certain labels and studios. Like, there's a lot of good stuff coming out in the year that people are very excited for. So I think we're ready to strap in, get ready for the 4K train. We are riding on it. Of course, in the deal section, we're like in the budgeted coach section of the 4K train, of course, but we are still here for the 4K. So those are just my thoughts right now. You guys, once again, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Let's have some good discussions back and forth between each other, of course, friendly film fan discussions, right? It's okay if you disagree or agree, but let's just do it in a friendly film fan manner. Of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and mega blockbuster that like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Of course, not everybody has done that continually watches the content, but it really does help the channel. It helps the YouTube algorithm, gets this content, entertainment, information out to more physical media collectors, and we actually help grow this physical media collecting community and help save collecting physical media. So please be a part of that help by just doing those extra couple steps there, of course, if you haven't already. And then have a great day watching and talking the movies, my friends. Of course, you love this physical media news topic. Mega smash the next video right now. And thank you so much, my Mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.